Next, we will discuss about Schmitt triggering. It is nothing but some type of comparator, but instead of one reference, we have two reference in this particular circuit. See, if you have taken any inverting, non-inverting, any comparator, actually what we are doing, we are taking input. In that we are taking one reference. Okay. What is this reference means? This will decide either what type of output I have to get. I have to get positive or negative. The above portion I am may getting positive or below portion negative. That is left to you depending upon non-inverter or inverter. Anyway, what actually we are doing here, the V reference is a key point where we will decide which particular point it is interact with the your input value. That particular value, it is changing from one value to another. In Schmitt triggering, what we are doing, instead of taking one V reference, we are taking two V reference. That means one either positive, another one is somewhere negative, somewhere here. Or you can take both in positive, both in negative, anywhere you can take it. Okay, that we will discuss later. So another one V reference we will take. This one we called V reference 1. This one we may call V reference 2, something like that. So what happens if you take something like that, it will take one more point here. So it will decide in this point which point we have to make it as a higher, lower, like that. So simply we can say that Schmitt triggering is nothing but comparator, but it has a 2 point to compare it. So that 2 point we are calling as a triggering point. So that particular point, it will go either up or down. So that two triggering point you usually called as a, one is UTP, another one is LTP. So UTP is nothing but upper triggering point. That means the maximum reference whichever we are taking, that usually we called as a upper triggering point. LTP means whichever the smaller value of the V reference or usually negative value, that we are calling as a lower triggering point. So this two V reference 1, 2, we are calling in a different name, UTP and LTP. So what happens in this circuit and all those stuff, this is the entirely different circuit what we are discussed previously. Everywhere we are discussing about op amp, either inverting, non-inverting, like this technique, and closed loop means it is always the loop is connected back to the negative. So that type of circuit we are discussed. But Schmitt trigger, it is entirely different. We are taking feedback from the positive end. This is the only one circuit in your syllabus it having positive feedback. So we are taking from the positive. So here we can call this one as a RF, and here one more resistor, you can call it R1, and this is a negative point. Okay, we have 2 points here. So one is negative, one is positive. So according to that, we can decide that which type of input we can give. Here usually what happens, we are not giving any input to the R1 point, and this point is grounded, and to the negative usually we are giving input voltage Vi. In Schmitt trigger, we don't have like inverting Schmitt trigger, non-inverting Schmitt trigger, not like that. So it is only one type of Schmitt trigger. Usually we are giving input from the negative end, and V reference can be maintained in this point, in the positive point. But positive side is we are connected to ground. So whatever the point we are getting in the middle of the R1 and RF, we can call this voltage any name. Sometimes we can call VR2, VR1, or sometimes we call V reference, any value. I am taking this name as a V reference. So this value will decide what type of signal we have to get. So what happens to here? When we will design this one, anyway this one is plus VCC, minus V is there, and this is V0. Okay, whatever current is there here, this is we can call IF, and whatever current here we can call I1. Okay, yeah. Next we can discuss what is Vref. We can easily say that V reference is nothing but it is look like a voltage divider bias. So first we have V0, then we have RF, and then one point. Yeah, this point is we are taken as a V reference. Then again another point connected R1 and connected to ground. Yes or no? And this connected to ground, this point is V reference. Look like, see, V0, then RF is connected, then one junction, that is nothing but V reference going to the here positive of your op amp, and then grounded. Okay, this is something look like this type of circuit. We know what a divider rules, apply that one. So V reference we are taking with respect to R1. So R1 resistance divided by total resistance R1 plus RF. Okay, into we are taking from the source V0. So this is V0. Yeah. Now here we are getting only one V reference, yes or no? Usually I told Schmidt triggering means we have to get two type of reference. How we are getting two type of reference? In the previous non-inverter or inverter, any comparator, we discussed that there is a two type of output we are getting. One is we are getting V0 is equal to plus V0 saturation, or V0 is equal to minus V0 saturation. So we have, there is a two possibility of V0. So take case 1, V0 is, we can assume that it is a plus V0 saturation. That means we know that when it is plus V0 saturation, here actually V plus V minus depend. Here we usually take V minus is V reference. So here we are taking as a plus point is grounded and negative is Vi. Okay, it's actually nearest operation of inverting. Anyway, so here V0 is equal to plus V0 saturation, case 1 if you consider. So what happens? Your V reference equation become V reference, we can call as a here plus V0 saturation. So I will call plus. Later we will give it a proper name to this one. So this is equal to R1 divided by R1 plus RF remains same, but V0 become what? Plus V0 saturation. So we can call V0 sat, right? So this name we are calling V reference plus whatever we are calling as a UTP. That is nothing but V reference 1, and this is positive part, so it is a upper part, so it is called as a upper trigger point. Okay, so now what is the UTP equation? R1 divided by R1 plus RF, okay, and into V0 saturation. Okay, this is all about the equation for the your UTP. Similar way we can go for the case 2. What happens usually if you go to case 2, V0 is equal to, we are taking minus V0 saturation. When you take this one, what is the difference? Here I will take directly LTP, because when it is negative V saturation output is, we are calling as a another one V reference. So we are getting that LTP is equal to, usually what happens, the same equation we got, R1 divided by R1 plus RF. The thing is V0 become here, the first equation whatever V0 is equal to, that become minus. So we can call as a negative, we can take this side. So minus V0 saturation. So these are the very simple equation what you are getting for UTP and LTP. UTP LTP is nothing but it is a V reference when positive V0 saturation, whatever V reference you are getting, that we are calling UTP. When negative V0 saturation, whatever V reference you are getting, that is called LTP. Okay, so now in this part we can also design what is RF and what is R1. So when you are going with the RF, usually what is the formula for RF? You can take RF is nothing but V0 here one side minus we have V reference. Okay, here V reference we can take either V reference 1 or 2. Usually resistance all are positive, so we will go with the V0 saturation. Okay, so we will take V0 saturation. So V0 saturation if you are taking as a positive, so this V reference usually we call as a UTP. Okay, so because of resistance is positive, we are taking these values. Okay, then V0 saturation minus UTP, and whatever current we are calling as a IR. Similar way, if you want to take the one more R1, so what is the formula for R1? R1 we have only one voltage V reference, and we are taking for the V reference positive side, so we can take UTP divided by whatever current we can call as a I1. So these are the equation for the resistance, and these are the equation for the UTP LTP. This is actually very easiest method. Only remember we have V reference, two type of V reference making for the comparison. Okay, so that comparison, how we have to take equation? When V0 is plus V0 saturation, whatever we are getting, that we are calling upper trigger point. When V0 is negative V saturation, then whatever we are getting, that called lower trigger point. And RF R1 we are taking for the with respect to upper trigger, because resistance are positive, so we are taking for positive V0 saturation point. In Schmidt trigger we can do 4 types of possibility. One is we can say that UTP is equal to LTP. That means we have two V reference point, the 2 points should be equal. That means one is positive point, one is negative. So if you take plus 5, so LTP is minus 5, something like that. So both are same value, but positive negative is changes. That is we called as a UTP is equal to LTP. This is the first possibility or first type of the Schmidt trigger. Second type, we can say that we can take one value is 0. Either we can take UTP 0 and LTP is present with some value. Okay, that means UTP we are not doing anything 0. LTP is anything minus 4, minus 3, 5, whatever. we have. This is the second possible. Similar way, it is look like a logic design, okay? 0, 0, equal, not equal, 1, 0, like that. So we will make as a UTP present, and then LTP is 0. This is the third one. And last one we can make UTP is not equal to LTP. That means we can give the positive negative value, so different value. So if I take here positive 5, here something called -3, something like that. So there is this type of UTP LTP. That means two different V reference we can give it. So these are 4 types. The first type, whatever is there, UTP is equal to LTP, that is nothing but this circuit what we have discussed. Here what happens, see here, the equation is remains same. UTP is plus V naught saturation, LTP is minus V naught saturation. All the portions same, R1, R1 plus F, V naught saturation, because we are giving same plus VCC minus VEE here. So usually we are getting as a same answer in this case. So this is the first case what we have discussed, UTP and LTP both are equal. So we'll go for this second one. You can take anything. So we can call it as a UTP is 0, and we have to make UTP is 0 and LTP is some value. So whatever equation LTP we have, we can take it that equation as it is, but UTP equation is 0. So how to do that one when UTP becomes 0? So you can say that UTP is nothing but positive. So positive it has to become 0, negative it has to conduct. So which type of device I can use to make positive is 0, negative is conducting, or vice versa? Positive has to conduct, negative is not conduct. So usually in our mind it come to the picture like a diode. We know the diode operation. If it is diode forward bias, so I am getting positive. If diode is reverse bias, so you are giving as a opposite, so usually we can follow the negative one. Yes or no? So depending upon the diode, we can adjust positive or negative. In our case, is LTP is to be get, so some value of LTP. So it may be positive or negative, whatever we can say. So LTP is some value and UTP is 0. So for this what happens, we have to make such a way that in the negative cycle it has to work and positive cycle won't. So take the as usual your op amp. So op amp look like this is positive, negative. Anyway negative we are giving VI, and here we have anyway R1, okay, and here anyway we have RF. Now this is your V naught. Now listen carefully, what we have to do, LTP has to work, UTP won't. So it is actually coming from the V naught, yes or no? It is actually going this direction. So in this direction, if I give forward bias, the positive will act. So here I won't require positive, I require negative. So I have to do reverse bias. So reverse bias means what I have to do? I have to take one diode and I have to make in a this direction, reverse direction, because V naught is going this side. So it won't go the positive portion. So positive is not moving this direction. So UTP become 0. Because of reverse bias, negative we will get. So usually what happens, we will get the LTP value. So it is the very easiest one. You have to remember, you have to connect diode such a way that positive has to be blocked, negative has to be moved. Now, so what equation we will usually get? If you apply the formula something, we can apply KVL to the output. Okay, to what happens? Just cross verify. So we have first V naught saturation. So we will take V saturation. Then that is nothing but this value. Okay, V naught or V naught saturation in it. Then we have some voltage across diode. I can call it as a this diode voltage is VD something. Okay, we can call VD minus here we have current IF, yes or no? So I can make IF and RF, okay, and then I can make as a the voltage whichever here. This voltage I called as a V reference. In many book other they are taken different part. Here they are taken as a VR2. Some book they are taken as a voltage like VG, something different. So don't worry about that. Left to you whichever voltage left here. Anyway, this point is grounded as usual here. So we are taken as a something like V reference. Okay, is equal to 0. Now this is what we got. Now our aim is to get actually what is V reference means we have to get. So you can do the some stuff and find out what is V reference value. So simply make it V reference is equal to these all the stuff you will get. So here negative. So if it is make it as a positive, all are go this side. You can make it as a what is V reference value. Okay, so this is the one method you can find out V reference from this circuit. Okay, so here V reference we got from the like this method. We can't do that method here because diode is present, so we are using KVL method and do. Okay, yeah. Now same way we can find out what is RF and R1. So first find out what is RF. So usually here RF finding is very easy because the RF present between these voltages, and from that we can call as a IF is the current, and whatever the voltage is there, that point we can call as a something like present in this portion. Okay, we can call as a we can call VR1 or something like VF, anything. Okay, usually this portion whatever current is there. Okay, this is the voltage whatever we have, that is the way we can find out. So I will call name as VF. Okay, you can call it any name, not an issue. So RF is nothing but we can call VF divided by IF. Okay, this is the very easiest way to find RF. Similar way we can find out R2. So R2 can be finded from this portion. Okay, so here R2 is nothing but we have V reference, and then this another point is 0. So very easily we can call as V reference divided by, we can call as any current I1. Usually V reference is nothing but in our point it is LTP, so it is LTP divided by I1. Okay, this is how we can find out. And other method to find RF also possible. In this you can take RF and you can take all the values. Okay, here RF into IF. Okay, so take everything and do it. So that way also you can find it. Instead of writing VF, here I simply written as a this portion VF and done. Or you can do it like that. RF you have to take this side. So these are VSAT minus VD, V reference go to that side, divided by IF you can do it. So what happens usually, we will get as a V saturation minus whatever VD we have, and minus V reference, or we can call LTP. Okay, you can call V reference here LTP because only negative portion we will getting, and divided by we have IF. Okay, don't worry about whatever the denotation I used. Many book with different denotation they are taking, like they denotes like here I2, R2, like that. Whichever easy for you, you can take. Why I am taking the name RF? Because it is a feedback resistance. Why I am taking VD? Because it is a diode voltage. Why I am taking V reference? Because this is the reference voltage. And if you take LTP also, it's actually very good because here only LTP we are getting. So these are the formulas what we find it for the UTP is 0 and LTP is positive. Similar way we can go for the one more circuit. That circuit is nothing but third one we can move on. So third one you can take something like UTP, we have some positive value, yes or no? And LTP is 0. So you people are able to do the circuit. I think the simply changes is in the LTP we are taken as a reverse bias. So diode you have to take forward bias. So how it look like? You have to take first op-amp. So anyway op-amp positive and negative. Negative is connected to Vi and positive is grounded. Then it has R1 and we have RF. Okay, the only changes we have is diode in this direction. Why this direction? Because V0 is going on. Positive V0 is going this side. So this is you can call V reference, or you can call UTP, any name you can call. This is I am calling R1, and this voltage is nothing but VD. Okay, and whatever current is there I am calling as a IF. Okay, and this is nothing but V0 saturation positive. Okay, why we are considering positive? Because when positive it is forward bias, so it will conduct. Okay, in negative it won't conduct because this become a reverse bias. Okay, I hope you are following this one. So now you can do the same calculation what we have done previous. So apply the KVL to that one and you will get the different value. So applying KVL to output, so we can take as a V0 saturation or plus V0 saturation. Okay, and minus we can call as a VD, minus we can call as a IF, RF, minus we can call V reference. This one is nothing but UTP. Okay, you can call whatever here. One thing always remember, in this case V reference is nothing but LTP. You can take LTP value or V reference, both are same. Okay, similar way here, minus V reference. In this case V reference is equal to UTP because we have only one V reference here because of this diode. Okay, yeah, is equal to 0. So now you can get the same stuff what we have done. So what is RF? You can get what is R2 you can get. From this you can get what is V reference. Simply take V reference this side and this side. That is nothing but UTP value you can get. So Schmidt trigger, we are concentrating only three things. What is UTP, LTP, one portion. Second one, what is the RF and R2. Similarly, here LTP's value is this one. Okay. Actually, I have not written equation properly. You can write it. Just take the portion of this one and you can take it. Okay. This is LTP. Similar way you can take it UTP here. Okay. So this is the one equation. Next, we will go for the how to find R2 or RF. Okay. So here we can take RF. As usual, RF is nothing but VF IF. So again, question comes, VF means what? So we can simplify this one. So if you simplify, what happens? RF comes here. So IF is actually going to the denominator, and whatever we have, first we have V0 saturation. So you can take V0 saturation. So V0 saturation, we can take like V0 saturation, and then we have minus VD and minus V reference. Okay. So divided by we have IF. Okay. This is the equation for RF. What you got? Same. So next, what we can call? We can talk as a R1. So R1 is equal to, as usual, is nothing but V reference by, we can call it as a I1. It's nothing but V reference here UTP. So UTP by I. Okay. I hope you are following this portion. What is R1? What is RF? And what is the UTP value. So these are the three equations we discussed. Last portion is nothing but UTP is not equal to LTP. Okay. Or UTP and LTP positive negative value different. So what usually we will do, we will combine this equation, circuit 2 and circuit 3. So if you combine this one, you usually get. How to combine that one? So one side we have something like D1, another side we have D2. So we are taking both things together. So check it out, this circuit. Here as usual we are taking positive negative. So negative anyway it is VI connected, and positive is R1 and 1 is grounded. Okay. First we will write as it is the second what you are taken. So how it is second one, look, we are taken as a something like RF. Okay. And here diode we are taken this portion. So yeah, this is the one portion what we are taken. Similar way you have to take for the 3 also. So once again take 3. So here 3, one more resistor, and here one more diode, and diode is this time opposite direction. Okay, because this and here we are naming different portions. So this one I will call RF1, D1. This is D2, RF. You can give it vice versa name also, RF1, RF2. You can interchange it, not an issue. So here I am getting plus or minus V0 saturation. Both can be moved. Actually, what happens here, when positive V0 saturation, so it work as a your third, whatever we are done, this type of circuit, it working as like when it is negative, then it work as a second. So UTP is not equal to LTP, is nothing but it is depend upon the your these two. Now why it is changes? Because here we are changing RF1 value is not equal to RF. So what happens? These two resistance are different value we are giving, so we can change the UTP LTP value. See here, the V reference is usually depend upon this RF value. In both we have actually same equation. See, V sat, VD, V reference IF, V sat, VD, V reference IF. Only the thing changes is this, we have to change RF value different. So usually what happens, RF I am taking RF1 and RF2. So if these two value changes, UTP and LTP value is changes. So it is very easiest way we can do it, UTP not equal to L. Okay. So here we can say that different equations. So we can take first R1. R1 is actually same as a what we are previously discussed. That is nothing but V reference divided by I1. It is as usual. And V reference you can take UTP or LTP. Here we are taking UTP because always R1 is positive. So you will go with UTP and UTP divided by. Okay. This is the same equation of 3-1 or first equation, first circuit also we are taken same. Now question arises how to take R2. R2 is we have to take what is UTP and LTP, we have to take it. Now here we are getting as a two type of voltage, V0 saturation. We'll take something like that. So we'll take plus V0 saturation is nothing but VCC value. This is actually the theoretically, but practically usually what happens, 90% of VCC usually take, because all the VCC value won't get. So you can consider 90% of VCC actually good. So similarly, minus V naught saturation is nothing but minus VEE. It's nothing but 90% of VE. Okay, this is actual what we have to use. Okay, the 10% we are calling as a dissipation, so that we can remove. So 90% of VCC or VE we are getting as a V naught saturation or minus V naught saturation. So we can assume that, I think you people are know about what is VD value. I will take VD as a 0.7 watt. Assume that we are taking silicon, so we will assume the value. Okay, so from this we can apply the formula. So first you can take what is UTP. So what happens to the UTP? UTP means it is positive. So positive means it is going with the third portion. So diode in this direction. So D2 and RF2. So go with that. So here in this case we are taking anyway the same resistance R1, plus in this case we are taking as a RF1. That's sorry, RF2. Okay, RF2 plus R1. Okay, and into we can call as a V0. Okay, or we can call as a whatever V saturation, 90% of VCC minus VD. Why minus VD comes? Because 0.7 voltage is drop out here. Everyone know that. So that minus we have to take. So actually into V0 we will take. Instead of into V0, what I am taking? Plus V0 saturation minus VD. I hope you people know about why I am making negative minus VD. So this is the equation for the UTP. Why? RF2 very important, because I am taking for UTP diode forward bias to the V0 RF2. So that reason RF. If you are taking LTP, everything same, only instead of RF2 take RF1 plus R1. Okay, so you will get same, but instead of plus V0 saturation you are going with minus V0 saturation. That's it. Okay, and anyway this is also minus VD. I hope you are following this one. This is very easiest. Now already I told RF1 RF2 is not equal. Both the equation, both are same actually, because VCC and VE usually we will give equal. So usually V0 saturation plus or minus is equal to, both are equal. So only here this everything same. Okay, only the changes in this portion RF1 and RF2. And you people very important about what name you are taken in here. Okay, you can take this one RF2 or RF1, R1, R2, R3, any name you can take, but when you are writing equation, be careful. When diode forward bias to the V0 saturation, then that is UTP. When diode reverse bias, then that is negative LTP. Okay, these are the equation. And this is equation nothing but we are taken what in the first portion, first part, that is UTP is equal to LTP. Yes or no? This is the equation what we got. Same equation here. The difference of this equation and this equation is, here we are taking one diode extra, so minus VD, extra resistance. So instead of RF, you are taking RF1 and RF2. Let's discuss about how the Schmitt triggering diagram can be written. So we will take this one as a Vin. So Vin is nothing but what we are given negative part. So here we have two reference point, one is UTP, one is LTP. So take UTP in positive. Okay, so some point it is, any point you can take it. This is what UTP lies on. Similar way you can take one more point LTP. So it is nothing but lower trigger, so we can write in somewhere in negative. Okay, so this is the one point. Now what type of output I will get for this? So we know that there is a two type of output we are getting. One is either we are getting plus V0 saturation, or we are getting minus V0 saturation. Yes or no? So one is either this one or another one. So we'll take one reference point. This is our reference point. So here this point we can call as a plus V0 saturation, and this one is we'll call minus V0 saturation. Okay, so this is the point. Now in between this it has to lie. So when it comes what? Let's see. See, first when it comes UTP point, so this is the intersect between UTP and your sine wave. So when it interacts to UTP, so that point take down. That point usually is start positive. So go for the positive until it reaches the LTP to the intersect with the part. So LTP reaches this point. So until this point we are getting positive only. Okay, so this is the point of positive. So then whichever other point that means here up to UTP it is going on. So in this point we can take after the LTP. So this is also negative, and this is also after LTP point. So this is also negative. So this way we are getting Schmitt trigger circuit. The thing you have to remember, when UTP is interact with or intersect with the your input voltage, that point afterwards we are getting positive. Okay, so its name itself says upper trigger point. So this is the point where the output is triggered to the upper portion, and when it reaches lower trigger point, name itself says it will trigger to the lower. So when it reaches, it will go to the lower. So very easy to remember this. This is the waveform for the Schmitt trigger. Let's discuss the problematic on Schmitt trigger. So using 741 op amp with supply of plus or minus 12 volt, design Schmitt trigger where trigger point of plus or minus 2 volt. So here they are given as a trigger point is plus or minus 2 volt. So we can take that the given is UTP is equal to plus 2 and LTP is equal to minus 2. So this is the case where UTP and LTP both are, we can say, is equal to. So for this reason we have to use the first type of circuit. So for this, what are the L's they are given? They are given 12 volt plus or minus. Again this is nothing but VCC is plus 12 and VEE is nothing but it is minus 12. Okay, this is what the VCC and VE value is given. So from these things we have to identify the what are the values of the resistance, because our aim is to design Schmitt trigger. We know the Schmitt trigger circuit look like this, but in this circuit we have to make what value of R1 and RF to achieve this plus or minus 2 volt UTP and delta. So go for the our equation. Here we have to first discuss about how to find any one. Okay, here there is a two type of resistance we have. One is called RF and R1. So R1 is nothing but we can call UTP by I1, and RF is nothing but V0 saturation minus UTP by IF. Okay, one by one we can go. First we will find out what is R1. So R1 is equal to UTP divided by I1. So listen carefully here. UTP anyway it is plus 2 volt. But what is this I1? I1 usually in the any problematic they won't. You have to take I1 according to the which type of op amp. Usually 741 op amp, when you are considering your I1 is almost equal to the 50 microamps. This is the rating of the current, the input current for the 741 op amp. So this you have to consider always in the case of 741 op amp. If it is another like LM series, all those stuff, the current may be changes. Okay, so usually in your syllabus the 741 is most likely asked. So you have to remember this type of current value. So it is, we are calling as a 50 microamps. So go for that one. So what you will get? So plus 2 volts divided by 50 into 10 to the power of minus 6. So when you solve this one, you are getting as a 40 kilo ohm. This is the R1 value. Now your aim is to find out RF value. So when you going for the RF, you have to find V0 saturation minus UTP divided by IF. Okay. Now what is this IF value and what is this V0 saturation value? You have to find. Anyway, we know that UTP is nothing but 2 value. Here V0 saturation is nothing but we can call as a, it is VCC. Here there is a two possibility you can take. You can take V0 saturation is equal to VCC. This is the one method, or you can take 90% of the VCC. Okay. Here in our case we will take as a VCC as it is. Okay. If you take 90% of VCC also correct, and if actually this one we are calling as a practically exact value. This is theoretically what we are calling. So left to you with type of portion. If they ask particularly like theoretical or practical, you will go with that. Otherwise you can simplify version, you can take as a VCC. So I will go with the VCC value. So my V0 saturation I will take as a 12. Okay, and we know that what is the I1 and I2 from the KCL. We know that I1 is equal to IF. Usually we will take something like that. So you can take with the these values as usual. So nothing but it is both the current is remains same. So we will take as a I1 is equal to IF. So you will go with the same 50 micro. So what you will get? RF is equal to V0 saturation. We will take 12 minus 2 divided by 50 into 10 to the power of minus 6. 12 minus 2 is 10. 10 divided by this one, you will get nearly some 180 ohm. Okay, not exact value I am taking, nearest value it is, you can take almost equal 180 ohms. Okay, this is what RF you got. So we got two values, R1 is 40 kilo ohm, RF is 180. Whenever they ask for the design, always write the circuit diagram. Okay, circuit diagram just copied down from the first one. So when UTP and LTP both are equal, so this is the case, we have UTP LTP equal, so take same circuit. First we have R1, then here it is connected to ground, and here we have VI, okay, and positive is connected here, negative here, and we have the resistor called RF, and we have V0. Okay, anyway, this is plus VCC, this is minus. Now apply the values. So R1 value we got as a something nearly 40k, so this is 40k, and RF nearly we got as a 180 ohm, so apply that 180 ohm, and plus VCC is 12, minus VE is minus 12. Okay, here UTP LTP is nothing but plus or minus 2. Okay, this is what are the values present in this circuit. Better to represent like this. And one thing always remember, in this Schmitt trigger, RF is always smaller value and R1 is actually larger value. Previous all the circuit, when you are checking the op amp, always the feedback resistance value is more, R1 value is less, because we know that if you take any gain, RF by R1, so gain should be greater than 1. Gain means nothing but we are increasing, yes or no? So RF should be greater, R1 should be lesser in all the other amplifiers, but Schmitt trigger it is vice versa. So R1 is greater, RF is lesser. Okay, that is the thing you have to remember in the Schmitt.